what did I promise you here? Okay, tickets for Factory of Terror. Want to get down to Canton in time for Halloween? Factory of Terror, great place to get yourself some scares. 5 full attractions totaling over a mile in length, unbelievable scenery, jaw-dropping special effects, terrifying actors. All the details, FOTOhio.com. Tickets info, all that. I get you a pair here, 2 for Factory of Terror in Canton. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
One of life's most pressing questions.
What do I like about Alan Cox?
Finally answered.
All right, I don't like much about you.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
There's a ghost under the stairs called Alan, and he's always there. My friends get scared when he's out to play, but he's good fun and he's here to stay. Oh, Alan. Spooky Alan.
We supposedly have a Halloween guide at WMMS.com for people looking at stuff.
It was Halloween, the conditions right.
Find out where they can go out.
On the street, and I was dressed like a zombie for trick or treat with Alan.
I think the way you get to that Halloween, guys, you go to agoracleveland.com and use code FALL.
Son of a bitch. That is not how you do it.
okay.
You got to go to WMMS.iheart.com/featured/Ohio-Halloween-guide/.
Oh, okay. So it's super simple.
That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I didn't get a keyword yet, but it's got like trick or treat times and things like that.
That's very handy.
It is. Even though Halloween is over a month away, people are going to want to know. It's on a Tuesday night this year. They have 20 of the best haunted houses in Northeast Ohio. They have fall festivals. And, they're always adding to it, obviously. But you can find out. Well, so far they have it says updates coming soon, and it's just the A towns. So somebody is, if you live in a town that starts with A, all of your information is there. 6 to 7:30 seems to be the going rate for some of these towns. Although in Atwater Township, where the hell is Atwater Township?
By Youngstown.
Is it? Well, they're doing trick-or-treat on Sunday from 2 to 4. The 29th, not this Sunday. Anyway,
That's when we
have a
did it,
keyword
where I
there.
grew up in Medina, because I was in Granger Township on a very rural road.
Wow.
And so it would be like a Sunday afternoon, and kids would show up. And
That's not fun at all.
No, it was terrible. Like
we did it at night.
never did that.
A lot of times it was cold, but we did it at night. I mean,
but every house that was on my street was like a quarter mile apart. So
you had to get in the car.
Yeah, it wasn't really. I mean, it wasn't really built for trick or treating.
I mean, I remember
we never did it.
I remember trick or treating when I was a kid. Before there were like Halloween curfews, like there were still kids knocking on people's doors at like 10:30 at night, and that's when they instituted all that.
Yeah, I think I was in the era when they first started instituting it, because I was always 6 to 8 or something.
You'd have teenagers who just got off work at the Taco Bell showing up, with like a little bit of face paint and a friggin' pillowcase. And my dad would slam the door in their face. Get the hell out of here. That's why I stopped trick-or-treating by the time I was like 10 or 11. I was like, I'm too grown for this. Can't be going to people's doors, asking for candy. I'm in the friggin' 7th grade. Guardians baseball tonight. They're back here at home in the friendly confines. It wasn't so friendly for them in Kansas City, but they'll start the first of 4 tonight against the Baltimore Orioles. And that's a 7:15 start tonight. So 6:45 is when the pregame will begin. Orioles are a very good baseball team. Guardians will stick around a little bit after that to play the Reds through the middle of next week. And then their final set of games, it's an away series in Detroit. So that'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week. And then that's a wrap for the Cleveland Guardians, and probably calling it a career for Terry Francona at the end of this. I certainly hope that there's going to be some, since this season really did kind of peter to a close, I really hope that there will be some kind of fanfare for him. I hope that there will be some big to-do for Terry Francona.
Yeah, I'm sure there will.
As there is going to be some kind of to-do for Poundcake and the other winners over at Cleveland Scene there. If we've gotten more information on it. But again, let me circle back to you saying that you were going to wear a canary yellow suit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go over to that haberdasher right here on Prospect? Mr. Anthony's or whatever it is?
I've never been there. I didn't know there was one there.
Isn't there one across from Geraci's? There's like, or it's one block over, I think. It's across maybe.
Yeah,
from
it's on Prospect.
Prospect.
I have to go over there and look.
Yeah, they got pimp suits.
It's been established that after I talked to my brother, that if there is a party, he wants to be my plus one.
Well, of course he wants to, but who do you want to take?
I mean, I probably would take my brother.
Okay, well, that's nice, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know who else. I mean, I don't have a boyfriend now. Otherwise, I would take him.
Well, you can't be taking sand to the beach. How are you going to get a boyfriend if you got a plus one at the party?
Will there be gay people there?
There are gay people everywhere. What are you talking about? You think you're going to be the only gay guy at the... There's like drag queens who won, and there's, yes. There are gay people in every area of modern life.
Nuh-uh.
There you go.
Why we still live in the shadows?
You don't live in the shadows.
That's what makes me unique.
Yeah, right. He demands a relationship.
I demand same-sex relationships.
That's right, with people of the same sex. Hiding in the shadows.
Homosexuals no longer hide in shadows, giving secret signals of recognition to each other. But rather they have joined together into groups or clubs in an attempt to seek freedom and acceptability for their type of sexual inclination.
That is so hot.
that was in the 50s, and they were done hiding in the shadows. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just BSing. No, I just find that hot, though. I wish we could go back to, giving secret signals to one another. Like
back to when were you ever giving secret signal? You mean just in the gay community?
Before Grindr, we had to figure out alternative means. Well, again, before Grindr, then it was.
Well, it was just the fist moving up and down, right, in a rapid motion. Wasn't that the hand signal? It's not like you were setting up a pitch to the catcher.
But I'm trying to think of a time where I didn't tell someone I was gay or I didn't find him on an app. Like old-fashioned, looked at someone, he looked at me, and we both got the message that, like that.
You sipped seductively.
That's how you used to do it back in the day. Or you wore like a thumb ring. Some people still do that, but.
What is this back in the day with you?
I don't know.
The day was before you were born.
I know, but it seems like so much fun. Hiding.
I'm black. And I'm gay.
Going back down alleyways and,
good place to get beat up.
Hiding from your wife.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Hiding from your wife. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh. You're in it for the juice. You don't want any normal situation.
He does like Jared Kushner.
He really does. Talk about a guy who's hiding some things from his wife.
Right, I was saying he's Jewish, so makes sense that you're in it for the juice.
Juice, not Jews. That's just for the circumcision. That's all Poundcake cares about.
Yeah, I need to stay away from one of those. I was talking about going on a vacation when I get my stuff together and doing like a gay cruise
Get
line.
that OnlyFans. You go on that vacation tomorrow.
You'd be punching your own ticket, boy. And then getting paid for it.
I would no doubt have some scene partners. Some listeners would be like, hey, I'll jump in and do your OnlyFans with you.
Scene partners. Yeah, well, there you go. Maybe that's where you'll meet Mr. Right, is on your OnlyFans. You ever think about that?
I'm not doing OnlyFans.
All right. You say that now. Remember Kendra Sunderland?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the girl that we had on the show a long time ago.
She started camming, though.
We gave her a hard time. She came with her boyfriend at the time, some scrub from her hometown. This was a girl who got famous because she was masturbating in the college library.
Oregon State, I believe, right?
Oregon State. And this was 7-8 years ago, maybe. And, Bill sent a car for her, I think, right?
Yeah.
It was a whole
We
thing.
treated her great.
Treated her great. And boy, she could not have been more adamant about the fact that all she was ever going to do was the videos that her boyfriend took. She's never going to do porn. I'm never going to do porn.
I think it was less than a month.
It wasn't even a year. It wasn't that fast, but it wasn't even a year until we were like, you're going to. I'm never going to. And we're like, I don't think you understand how this goes, what the trajectory of this situation is. And she's doing porn to this day.
Good
now, she looks like she couldn't care less to be there. She's not exactly a dynamic performer. She's got a real Stormy Daniels sleepy vibe to her. But a lot of people don't care about that. They don't care if you look like you're having fun. In fact, a lot of people prefer it if you don't look like you're having fun.
Oh, my God. That's not what I want.
That really gets some people off. But now I'm not saying that your path to OnlyFans stardom is inevitable. But it just means that things haven't gotten that bad yet.
It just doesn't interest me. Like I'm
because right now you have the luxury of being interested in it.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I don't want to be the only. I want to be the fan. I don't want people only in me.
All right. You want to be a passive observer. You don't want to be an active participant.
Yeah, I give my money to people I find attractive, and I'm like, I will support because I couldn't find it anywhere else, and I'm like, all right, I'll support.
Well, you do sound very confident that you have no intention of doing that.
Again, I have shame. I have my little nephew would grow up to see that, and people would tease him in school. I have
would they though?
No, but by that time, with every passing wave of whatever, there's less and less stigma. We are in a post-shame society here. It is every man, woman, and child for him or herself.
And if you're
really
rich from it,
you're going to be left behind.
They'll be like, yeah, but he's paid.
I got you.
You got these J's for me.
We're just pouring. My uncle's pouring money. No,
All right.
I just have no interest in doing that.
Alan, they're doing a Thank You Tito shirt at the last home game on Wednesday. There you go. You know who you should get a fitting with, not with, but who you should use as a consultant for your suit is Super Pimp. You should hit him up and find out. He'd give you the inside line on that suit you want to wear to the Cleveland scene party.
Is that the guy that walks around to all the bars in a suit?
Super Pimp, yeah. He's
With
a
the
Cleveland.
mustache,
He's a
he's a
Cleveland
legend.
icon. He's like the first guy I met when I came to Cleveland and was doing appearances with Super Pimp. He's a regular dude. He's like a veteran, and he used to sell insurance, but every single night he's down there. He's got a knee-length waistcoat and salmon color.
He's the one that needs to have the OnlyFans.
He's got like a Gomez Adams vibe about him, but he's a nice guy, and and the dude is dressed to the nines. He's got a sartorial sense that is unparalleled. So if you really want to know, you think that guy's not going to have a line on a canary yellow zoot suit to wear?
He's like, let me call my guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's right.
Yeah, he seems a little taller than me, so I couldn't wear any of his, but he knows a guy.
Well, he knows a guy, of course. Those are probably custom cuts. Alan, a question for you and Bill. Who gets the OnlyFans first between Poundcake or Mary, and how long until it happens? I'm putting a long tail on both of these. I'm putting a long tail on Poundcake and Mary doing OnlyFans. I don't see that imminently. I believe him when he says he doesn't want to do it. Again, for people who do it, it just is a matter of how bad things get. Or how...
It would be a matter of how bad
I'll take
That's what I'm saying.
I think Mary will get one before Poundcake, but I don't think she'll do nudes and stuff. I think she'd probably just make it like a foot OnlyFans.
But like, if I got real desperate, then I would just abandon my first principle is being a gold digger, because I've always said there's nothing worse than being with a man I can't stand for the money. But I would do that. I just be with an old guy.
But why wouldn't you just make your own money?
No, I would get a super old guy that stinks and
it stinks.
And got a lot of flabby skin, and I'll be a hot young, guy that's ready to give him some action. No, I'll just be a gold digger and be in his will.
Oh wow!
If we're abandoning all principles and you have no shame, then yeah, I'll do that.
All right,
I'll be some hot piece of ass for some old geezer about to croak.
God, there's a great product, and I don't know what it is, but we watch Jeopardy. And all of those commercials are geared towards senior citizens because that's primarily what their demographic is. And there's a great product. It's like Bengay, right? It's for like sore whatevers. And the tagline is something along the lines of works great and you won't stink. Like that's their tagline.
It's funny.
You won't stink because that's a big concern among old people. Am I going to stink from this gel?
I do think old people have gotten better smelling over the years.
Yes.
Because I remember being
because
around.
Products have gotten better smelling.
But I remember old people being unbearably smelly
Smell like cotton
in the
balls
80s and
or like
90s.
mothballs. Is that
If you said old people smell, people knew exactly what you were talking about. They could conjure that smell. But everyone now has access to any manner of gels and creams and emollients and lovely, lovely things.
I don't think it's old ladies that stink. I think it's old men. Because old ladies,
I don't know, man.
They love a good perfume.
My great grandma stunk.
Like what?
Did she?
she was a stinky old lady. She was in her 90s. She was as sweet as can be. But like you got within a few feet of her and you're like, ooh.
Wow.
What did she smell like, though? Just smell like old people, or was it musty? Like, musty.
I mean,
like,
that's what the old people smell is. She smelled like an old person. There's probably some sort of ointment or something that she had to wear, but it was just, I mean,
I know old people that smell
she
like
had gross dentures and ugh.
Well, and also if you're old and you provided that, like my grandmother was 102 and she lived by herself until like that last year. So, she was still mobile and everything, but you're probably bathing less frequently and,
I was going to say, I've smelled some old people that smell like a cabinet that hasn't been opened in a while.
Yeah,
that's what the old person smell
the old person
is.
smells. It hasn't been open for a while. That's a perfect description. Because she'd also, like...
Some old Lorna Doones in there.
She'd get her hair not done, but set.
Yes.
And then she'd put a bag over it at night. Like it was that era of lady.
And like she'd sleep sitting up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because you didn't want the back to get flat.
Yeah.
So when my grandma would have her hair set, she's like sleeping sitting up in her bed. Yeah. Well, anyway.
And then towards the end of her life, she got cancer and she lost all her hair and she had to get a wig. And
that's fun.
It looked almost exactly like her hair, except sometimes.
What?
It just feel a little off.
Oh, yeah, like askew?
Yeah.
Like slightly askew?
So it looked like like she was Tom DeLonge wearing a backwards hat.
There you go, yep.
Just a little bit slanted.
Yep.
She don't pin her
like she's looking sideways, but her hair is...
pin it down on.
Her hair is staring straight at it.
You're supposed to wear like one of those little wig caps and then pin
I don't know,
the wig
man.
to
She
the
was
cap.
92 years old.
Some of them have adhesive on the
other
other side, but...
Yeah.
Right.
I come around, a black family, they're like, oh, girl, let me pin your wig down. Or, the tracks are sewed in.
Alan, that project is called Blue Emu. Thank you very much. Yeah, Blue Emu, Arthritis Maximum Pain Cream. And their tagline is, works great and you won't stink. Oh, that's great. I'm going to make that the tagline of this show. I'm going to steal it from him, see if I get a cease and desist. Works great, and we won't stink. Let me take a break. If you want to send a text, 35 radio app, you can watch live at alancoxshow.com, and we'll be back.
Grover's Morning Glory. Cindy Crawford, a supermodel, is complaining that when she went on the Oprah Winfrey Show almost 40 years ago, Oprah Winfrey commented on how great her body was. Oh, so traumatic.